Israel struggles to counter Houthi threat amid regional tensions. Despite vowing to make the Houthi rebels in Yemen pay for missile and drone attacks on its territory, Israel faces significant challenges in finding an effective strategy to neutralize the group. On December 26, the Israeli Defense Forces (IDF) launched airstrikes targeting Sana'a airport and key infrastructure in Yemen controlled by the Houthi militia. This response followed a series of ballistic missile and drone strikes by the Houthis aimed at central Israel, including Tel Aviv. The strikes signal Israel's determination to combat Houthi aggression, yet the rebel group remains resilient. Houthi forces appear undeterred by the economic damage inflicted by Israeli airstrikes, noted Ron Benishai, a military analyst at Yedioth Ahronoth. To achieve meaningful results, Israel must disrupt Houthi leadership and dismantle their weapons stockpiles. The Houthis, who control large swaths of Yemen, including its capital Sana'a, are part of the so-called Axis of Resistance, a network of groups supported by Iran to counter American and Israeli influence in the Middle East. Other members of this axis include Hezbollah in Lebanon and Hamas in Gaza. Israel accuses Iran of supplying advanced weapons and logistical support to the Houthis, enabling them to strike targets over 2,000 kilometers away. Tehran's involvement has heightened concerns about the growing sophistication of Houthi capabilities. Fighting the Houthis presents unique challenges for Israel. Unlike Hezbollah or Hamas, the Houthis operate from a geographically remote and complex theater. Yemen's vast deserts, rugged terrain, and limited Israeli intelligence on Houthi operations make it difficult to plan and execute precise strikes. Israel's military has adapted to counter threats from Lebanon and Gaza, but Yemen is a different battlefield altogether, said Yossi Yehoshua, a defense analyst. The distance and lack of actionable intelligence make operations against the Houthis far more complicated. Israel is exploring several strategies to counter the Houthi threat. These include targeted strikes on Houthi leadership, disruption of arms supply routes, and collaboration with regional allies like Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. However, these measures face limitations. The Houthis' decentralized command structure reduces the impact of leadership strikes, while Iran's backing ensures a steady supply of advanced weapons. Additionally, the Houthis have adapted to years of Saudi-led airstrikes, developing hardened positions and underground bunkers to shield their operations. The escalating conflict with the Houthis adds to Israel's already strained regional dynamics. With ongoing tensions in Lebanon and Gaza, Israel's resources are stretched thin. Defense Minister Yoav Gallant warned that Israel's multi-front challenges could complicate its ability to respond decisively in Yemen. Meanwhile, the Houthi attacks on Israel have drawn international attention, with some analysts viewing them as a broader warning from Iran. The Houthis are sending a clear message that they are part of Iran's strategic calculus, said Eyal Zisser, a Middle East expert at Tel Aviv University. As Israel grapples with the Houthi threat, it faces a difficult balancing act, protecting its territory while managing its resources across multiple fronts. The conflict underscores the growing complexity of Middle Eastern geopolitics, where non-state actors like the Houthis play an increasingly central role. Whether Israel can devise an effective strategy to counter the Houthis without escalating into a broader regional conflict remains an open question, one that will likely shape its security policies for years to come.